Well, good morning, everyone. You're listening to Caregiver Crossing, a podcast brought to you by Joyce House, presented in partnership with Cardon and Associates. We're just happy you're here. We are a podcast that was created just for you, the caregiver. I'm Tina McIntosh.
I'm her friend, Terry Stacy. And if you are a typical caregiver, then you're strapped for time and under way too much stress. You know that. You don't need a study to know that many caregivers feel financial, physical, and emotional fallout from their role. You know, Tina.
Well, what you do need is a way to remove some of the stress. And
Yes.
I think that goes for caregivers and people who are not caregivers yet. But many caregivers are turning to mindfulness and meditation to help relax the body and calm the mind. Effective techniques include body scans, breathing exercises, affirmation, and guided imagery meditations. Of course, if you're unfamiliar with these techniques or simply unpracticed, you may not know how to get started. And the good news is that you can find guides for all of these practices and even some that are specifically tailored just for caregivers.
I want to talk about, we're going to get right into this because a body scan meditation. Now, you know about this stuff, right? I don't know about body scan meditation. Meditation, yes. Body scan meditation. That sounds very futuristic.
Oh.
That sounds like something that would happen.
Like Star Trek?
Like the Star Trek or the Jetsons, like, Judy going in for a body scan meditation.
Well, before we get too far into this, you brought up the Jetsons, and I just have to tell you, do you realize that George Jetson would have been born this year? Do you know that?
No.
We're living in the future.
How did you know that? How did you
My
know
husband
that?
told me because he knows all that kind of stuff. But a body scan meditation. So I'm going to give you officially what it is, and then we're going to talk about how it is practically. Okay. So a body scan meditation, it's a form of mindfulness meditation where you scan your body for tension, tightness, pain, or anything out of the ordinary. So it gives you lots of benefits. You scan. It's a machine. Hold on, let me add a word. It is a self body scan meditation. Yeah, you're not going into any kind of machinery. There are no lasers. But
I pictured it like going in for an MRI. And
well, so let's think about
this. You lay down and you go into, that's the future. You talk about the future. That's going to be the future when you go in.
You're going to be like, excuse me, doctor, I'm feeling stressed. Can I come in at 2:40 on Thursday for my body scan?
Be a whole independent clinic, and you go into a machine and the machine looks at where you've got trouble.
All right. I'm going to ask you a question here. You're sitting in the dentist chair. Okay. And the dentist is working on your mouth, and there are all the noises and the smells and all the things, sights, the dentist is in your face, all the things. Mm-hmm. What do you notice when you think about your body?
At that moment?
Yeah.
When I'm having my tooth drilled?
Yeah.
I'm noticing that my body is, well, first of all, the first thing you realize is, wow, I'm really holding on to the arms really tight.
Yes.
Which is tension. And
I notice that I stress and like my legs and my butt are all stressed. And all I have to think to myself is just take a deep breath and like let the tension go. And it kind of melts away. Do you not listen? I know somebody is listening to this podcast right now and they're like, yes, my butt. I get it. I know. All right. So let's take you to a different place. You're lying in bed and you're all tensed up. Have you ever just started like at the tip of your toes and kind of tightened those muscles and then release, and then you work up to your calves, and you're doing a self body scan meditation, Terry?
Had no idea. And that really is it, from top to bottom, from the bottom to the top, and just releasing one at a time.
But if you want to talk more about the dentist and the clenching of the butt, we can talk about that another day. All right. So what else?
This is awesome. Okay. So we've learned now about the body scan. Now, a short body scan meditation is an easy way to get started if you're new to the mindfulness, by the way. Okay. Just wanted you to know. Breathing exercises. We hear about the breathing exercises. Particularly, I looked into it when it was about falling asleep and breathing and counting and breathing in and slow. And anyway, do you do those? The breathing exercise? Do they help you?
I do.
Are you more just
especially
a rear end clencher?
I just like to clench my booty, and then I'm fine. I'm never going to live that down. No, I do breathing exercises. There are a couple of different things I'd want to say here. One is, for me, I have a history of anxiety disorder. I don't know if you know this, Terry. In fourth grade, I was hospitalized at Riley for an entire month.
No,
At that time in the world, they
because
called it school phobia. I was not afraid of school. It was the anxiety. Yeah,
oh
there.
my
I can't believe I've never
gosh.
told you that.
No, in fourth grade, a month at Riley because of this, because
Yeah.
of Jason's anxiety.
So
Oh
breathing
my.
is key to this, right?
Is that what
There
they taught
is,
you in Riley? Were they
well,
teaching you or
I
to
did learn a
learn
lot
how
from
to?
a therapist because here's what happens as women, and I studied anxiety in college as a result of all this, by the way. But as women, we're taught put your shoulders back, put your chest out, and suck in your stomach, right? All our lives,
Yeah,
that's kind of been what we've
right.
done. And
Or
it's
slap a
the
girdle on
worst
it.
from booties to girdles. I mean, who saw this coming? And so
Breathing. We're talking about breathe. Stay
it's
focused. I'm
it's
trying
the
to stay
worst thing.
focused.
It's hard to breathe in your girdle, and it's hard to breathe when you're sucking in your stomach. And so what we teach when we're talking about anxiety is you relax all of that. So you can do your body scan, you can relax, you sit in a chair and you put your hands on your stomach
Okay.
and you take a deep breath in. And you should keep, nope, because we're on video, I can see your shoulders moving. Your shoulders and
Oh,
chest shouldn't move, but your hand on your stomach should
okay.
go out when you take a deep breath and you hold it in. So take a deep breath in for about 3 seconds,
Okay.
hold it, and then out through your stomach.
Out through my
And you feel
stomach.
like you
I don't
feel
know
your
how to
stomach
breathe
push
out my
back in.
stomach.
You
Oh,
can't
you
breathe
mean
out your
breathe out
belly
my
button.
nose? Do you mean?
Yes.
No,
But
I
your
got to
stomach,
start over.
you should feel your stomach. Nope, don't do your shoulders.
Okay.
Relax your shoulders. And then you breathe in, your hand on your stomach moves out. You hold it for a few seconds and then you breathe it out your mouth and you will feel your hand will go back in toward your body because your stomach collapses when you breathe out.
Oh, that's
That is the
real.
way.
That's the
That's the way
proper
you
way.
take deep breath. That's the way that you calm down your heart rate, which calms down your anxiety, which then increases your alertness. It boosts your immune system. There are all these things that are proven. And so it's really important. The other thing that, yeah, I mean, here, Joy, our producer, even said belly breathing, which research suggests may trigger relaxation responses in the body, according to a study published in June 2017 in Frontiers in Psychology. So nailed it. That's what we learned, when in my classes too, and just through living this. The other thing, and my 13-year-old daughter, Georgia, did this one day, and I was so impressed. And I thought, how have I never thought to do this? We were walking down the street. Have I told you this? We were walking down the street and she said, Mom, what are 5 things you see? I thought we were playing some I Spy with my little eye game. And so I said, I see birds, I see a balloon, I see a front door. I see, I was naming things I was seeing on our walk. She said, now I want you to tell me 4 things that you feel. And I said, okay.
Wow.
And I reached over and I said, I feel your hand and I feel my feet on the concrete and I feel my water bottle in my hand, name my things. Then she said, okay, 3, I want you to tell me 3 things you taste. And I said, okay, I taste the mint in my mouth. We were near the water. I said, I taste the ocean air. And we went through that. And we did it for every sense that we have. And when we got done, I said, Georgia, where did you learn to do that? That was brilliant. And she said, she was having an anxiety attack one day and somebody told her to do that 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 exercise. I had never heard it before. Brilliant.
I love that one. I really love that one because then you're just focusing on all these other things and it must just melt the stress and anxiety away. Love that one and I've never heard of it.
I hadn't either.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, it was wonderful.
Okay. Oh my gosh, that's such a good one. I will always remember that one forever. Thank you, Georgia.
I know, she's so good. I'll pass it on. So here's one I have for you. Tell me about affirmations and self-affirmations.
Oh, no.
You're so good at this. Go on.
No, I don't do well at this at all. And I don't. And
what is it?
Well, a self-affirmation is, you are good. You are smart. You are brilliant. You are all of these things. It's never worked for me. It only makes me, and that's because I grew up in a time when mom was like, it's not about you. It's never about you. It's not about you. Don't be the person that walks in and everybody, and you're like, look at me. And so I never had that kind of, I don't know if it's confidence. I don't know what it is, but nope, not for me.
Interesting.
For you? Does that do something for you? It's supposed to work.
I mean, do I stand in the mirror in the morning and say, you are worthy? Look at me, you're worthy. I don't do that. I do believe that when we say negative things about ourselves, we're putting it out there. And
I agree.
Whether it's you believe that there's evil in the world, or you believe in karma, or you believe in, you're putting out the energy of something. I mean, I read The Secret. I believe in that. Like, I believe
Yeah.
the more we say the positive things, the better
I
they are.
agree.
I will tell you, as a mother of 3, I can't stand when my kids say negative things about themselves. It really bothers me.
I would imagine that's true. I mean, that really is
Mhm.
true. And I try not to go negative. I just try to go, I'm just not good at saying something good about me. I don't harp on myself that I'm icky. I do though.
That's true. You
I
don't, but
don't.
also I know that, like for you, it's hard sometimes when you get a compliment. You're very
Yeah.
good at deflecting. So anyone listening, you can say this to Terry, like, Terry, I think you're wonderful. And she'll say something like, well, me, what about you? Let's talk about when you blah, blah, blah. And you have to stop and go, I'm talking about you.
Oh my
So
gosh.
we need to work
very
on this,
well on our test.
on this
No, I did
self-affirmation.
like the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 from Georgia. Thank you. And your breathing was good, but affirmation, no.
I know it's a hard one, but it does help to
Body
restore your
scan, I'm going to try
self-confidence.
that. Yeah.
The body
Yeah.
scan's great when you're trying to go to sleep. So that
that
is
has
a
worked.
wonderful thing. All right. So let's talk about where you can further explore these techniques, because I
Yeah.
know we've only got a couple of minutes and there are
For
a lot
free?
of
Are they
free
free?
resources. A lot
Okay,
of them
tell
are,
me.
some aren't. Well, meditations for caregivers. It's practical, emotional, and spiritual support for you and your family. And that is a book, I believe. AARP offers 5 short guided meditations for caregivers, and it is on their website. I believe you can find that there. Family Caregiver Alliance, there is a YouTube series which includes guided breathing and guided imagery, which we didn't even get to talk about today. But you can, Google them. YouTube is great. You can go into your apps. Y'all know I love TikTok. You can find them on TikTok. But there are also paid options like the Calm app, and those are really, really good as well. So there are a few.
That's good. I think this was helpful. Do you think? I'm breathing
I think
calmly.
so.
I mean, I don't feel stressed. You feel good?
No, but every time I clench my butt, I'm going to think about you when I'm at the dentist. I just won't be able to shake that.
If you'd like to get a hold of our little butt clencher, Tina McIntosh, for more information and really some valuable resources to help you through the journey of caregiving, do that. Send her a letter, send her an email. Tina@joycehouse.org. Tina, we have some amazing people that sponsor Caregiver Crossing.
We do.
We
We want to thank Cardon and Associates and tell you about them. With 20 communities that are owned, operated, or managed in the Midwest and more than 40 years of senior living experience, Cardon and Associates provides residents with the best senior living options and personalized service. And by Comfort Care. Comfort Care can give your loved ones their best life possible with complete home health care for every stage of life. So we will be back next week. Until next time, take good care of each other. Thanks for listening to Caregiver Crossing.